Welcome to Sports Sushi. Your chefs for tonight are Sports Plug Russ, serving up the spiciest sports takes of the week. Sterling Furrow, rolling the X's and O's into an analytical maki platter. And finally, the moderator who always keeps the sake flowing, DJ Slow Boogie. Now grab those chopsticks and get ready, because your order of fresh and raw sports sushi is up.
Welcome, everybody. You know what I'm saying? You know, you see my face. You see my face now. You didn't see my face last week, but you see it this week, all right? I'm back. Non-stick. Off the couch.
Did the COVID get you?
Nah, man. Nah, Chris, man. COVID didn't get me, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm too bad with
motherfuckers. Damn. Really?
All right. I know we're not supposed to be cursing like that. It can demonetize us within the first 5 minutes. But hey, man, I'm just glad to be back. I'm glad y'all with us, man. All right. So look. Before we even get into it, man, shout out to y'all for tuning in with us, man. It's Tuesday. I mean, not Tuesday, it's Wednesday. Another episode of Sports Sushi. And if you're tuning in with us, hey, man, hit the like and subscribe button, brother. Bring us up to 1,000, all right? You know what I'm saying? You already know.
Comment in the comment sections, because that helps the algorithm.
All right, that's all we saying, baby. Just look out for us. Hey, man, and just like we want y'all to help us grow, we are growing. We got our first sponsor, goddammit. We got our first sponsor. So shout out to Betstamps, man. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving y'all the black power fist, man, because, you know, I appreciate y'all and all y'all money and y'all support that y'all giving us. And we want to
read the copy.
Yeah, we want to continue that. What you call it? All right, man. So today's podcast is brought to you by the good people at Betstamps app, which is helping thousands of people win at sports betting for free. You heard what I said. That's free. 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 All right. So just listen to what they can do for you. Okay. The same way travelers use Google Flights or Expedia to find out best prices, the best prices for you, bettors can now do the same thing with Betstamps sports betting app. When you place a bet, odds given to you by a sports book will determine how much you can possibly win. Even when betting on the same outcome, different sports books will offer varying payouts, and these differences can be huge. Now, before we get into it, they introduce more of a line shopping thing to where you can kind of go and find bets that fit you, that you feel comfortable with placing bets. Now it's kind of like, you know, you go to the store, you know, I don't know how many, you know, people, you know, how y'all shop and shit like that, but I like when I'm shopping for my, you know, steaks and stuff like that, I like to pick it up, look at it, see about the marbling, see the color and stuff like that. You can do that with your sports bet now. You can tailor it, you can pick a bet that you feel comfortable with. Okay, so check it out. Okay, so Betstamps allow you to easily, I'm sorry, Chris, I didn't mean to bang the table like that, but Betstamps allows you to easily shop for the most profitable odds across all sports books. Okay, that's everywhere that sports betting is accepted. Okay, you can click on any matchup and instantly see all the different odds and the game lines, player props, and even future bets. Line shopping is the simplest way to find the edge in sports betting and maximize your chances of winning long term. Okay, on average, Betstamp users usually win an extra $1,000 and up yearly just by line shopping. Now, you can't tell me that you don't like a deal like that. Okay, an extra $1,000 in your pocket yearly. Hey, man, sorry, anybody can do that, and I think anybody would want to do that. So shout out to the good people at Betstamp, man. We appreciate your sponsorship, and we love to keep this this partnership going forward. All right, so let's get into it here. All right, so we got a guy, Sports Plug Russ, with us as usual. Sterling could not make it, so we got our producer Chris stepping out from behind the camera into
Chris Fitzmagic.
So shout out to our boy Chris.
Turn me into a regular.
Hey, man, look.
What's up?
I said it. You need to at least, you know, pop in every once in a while, show the people your face. Chris, you got good shit, man. That you bring.
Charisma.
You got good riz, bro. As the kids say,
it gets the people going.
It's riz. It's good riz.
On Halloween, I swear to God, on Halloween, we're gonna get you to get 2 beers and smack them together and drink them like.
I think Chris won't want to
And tell Boogie that I'm gonna stop a mud hole and you can't
All right, yeah, I was about to go into a full wrestling tirade here.
Bruh.
Okay, but no, okay, so let's go ahead and let's just get straight into it. Anything happened this past weekend, man, that you guys in the sports world that you guys want to bring up and talk about real quick? Any quotes or anything like that? Chris, what you got?
I don't know if you guys heard the news or not. This is for us Twitter junkies. This was old news, but it was officially confirmed this week. JA17 is officially single, and he won't have no more baby mama drama fucking with him during the playoff run. So we're looking forward to a pissed off Josh Allen this season.
Okay, I did not expect you to go there with it. What you got, bro?
No, I did not know that Josh Allen was back in them streets playing the game.
So you guys didn't hear the actual thing that happened?
No.
So
I live in Dallas. I'm not hearing none of that.
The week of the
I'm a Cowboy
Bengals
fan.
playoff game, Brittany found text messages on Josh Allen's phone.
Brittany who?
His girlfriend since high school.
I thought you meant like Brittany Mahomes or something.
No, Josh had a Brittany too.
Man,
Wow.
So she found incriminating text messages on the chosen one's phone.
Chosen one.
And not just that, he apparently in the text messages it was revealed he knocked up a bartender from Buffalo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
wow.
So
I got one. Go ahead, finish. I didn't know that.
All the drama hit the fan the weekend of that playoff game. Nobody really knew for sure or not. It was whispered and rumored about because Buffalo's a small town. And then finally this week, apparently she's been shading him on social media. Everybody finally came to grips with the fact that the story was true all along.
Well, shout out, boy JA17 in the streets, man. Hey, buddy, don't be like Ben Roethlisberger. That's all I gotta say.
Wow.
He's playing for babies now, so
yeah.
You gotta step it up.
He got something to play for.
Wow. You know what? I'm just gonna shut up. There's a crazy diss record against Whack 100 though that I heard that is fucking hilarious.
By who?
I forgot his name. He said though you could check him out on American Gangster Season 3.
Okay. All right.
I feel bad. I feel bad that I forgot his name, and I don't really think we got the time for me to just go dive into this and look it up, Chris. This is why we need a show about just random internet shit. But yeah, I ain't never heard a dude tell a guy, "Let your mama run up so my mama can knock your mama out." Whoa. Like nigga, what? And he called his son a fairy.
Whoa.
And he said, "I'm following your wife because she got a fat ass." Like, nah, bruh. This is from a nigga. This dude from Oakland went in. I was like, and the chorus was "fuck Whack 100," like fuck Donald Trump. I was oh man, nah, bro. Rap, hip hop is the best fucking form of art I've ever seen in my life because it never ceases to not entertain. Okay. NBA YoungBoy wants to kill DJ Academics. That shit is fucking crazy.
It's a crazy landscape when it comes to
it's a bunch of shit that don't mean a goddamn thing, but it is. You know what else? You know what else I found out?
What's that?
You know what else I found out this week? About 90% of the people that know about the Blueface situation only know about it because the same fucking outlets keep retweeting the shit, and none of us really want to know about it. Yeah. But we are all there just seeing it, and you can't help but to look and go.
Before
that's called an echo chamber.
Yes, before we move on, it was like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I see them on a daily basis, and I'm like, bro, I don't want to see y'all shit.
Wow, I didn't ask for this.
Yeah, I want to see.
Say cheese, nigga, stop, please. Say cheese, stop.
All right, so
I've had enough.
I'll make mine brief. So one of the things that I seen this past weekend that made me say, man, what the fuck? So Dana White, and I think we covered his slap competition shit where people slapping each other.
Yeah.
And so
some other slapping stuff.
Yeah, I sent you. Yeah, I'm indoctrinating you to my world. So
thank you.
To give people a to basically kind of dip into that. I sent Russ a lot of videos of like the Russian fights and stuff like that. And then there's the slapping competition. Then there's ass slapping. There's ass slapping
You know
competition.
what? I'm not gonna lie, but you can say the ass slapping was crazy, but it was even crazier that a nigga
Oh,
threw a chicken, a nigga threw a rooster in a fight.
okay.
Nigga, what?
So in the wild, wild world of MMA, everybody knows when they go to Russia, shit happens. Okay, so Russia is no stranger to putting on these crazy fights where it'll be a handicap match where it'll be like six petite little women versus a fat overweight guy. And they would just be out there just beating his ass. So this
Hey,
one,
whooping them niggas' ass.
they had a senior, like a senior citizen, an old man versus some like
Oh.
female teenager. And as the female teenager, and she's a female, is like beating this old guy up, they throw a chicken into the ring. Okay?
A whole rooster.
A whole
Yes,
full
Chris,
live
a
chicken is not
full
dead.
rooster.
It's
not?
alive. They throw it in there, and
They,
it's like
it
throwing a
turned into
towel.
a cockfight that fast.
So that was the craziest thing that I've seen sports wise this weekend. The most pleasant thing was the ass slapping competition. It was some nice asses getting slapped. Okay, all right.
Do
So
they have like slow mo replays? So
Yeah,
you get the
Yes, of
ripple.
course. Chris, they would not have that as any type of sport without slow-mo replay. There's only reason why people's watching.
So is this on ESPN 8, the Ocho?
Nah, man, this is like on some Russian shit. Like I
Yeah,
don't even know how
everything
you
that he
find it.
sends me sounds like a bunch of Russians talking.
Yeah,
It's nothing over here.
yeah, man. So that was my
Are we gonna
crazy.
need like an underground world of sports segment?
Yes, we will.
We
we will definitely
We need to get these videos.
Yeah, we
It's
need to
from
go ahead.
wherever you Anian. It's whatever it is. It ends in an Anian.
Yes.
Or
Chechen,
yeah, it ends like Chechen,
Dagestanian.
Slovian.
Yeah, it's one of
They
them.
have it in like the basement of a nuclear
definitely drink
fallout
clear
shelter.
alcohol over there. They drink clear alcohol over there. A lot of vodka is being drunk.
A lot
at
of
these
vodka, man.
events.
All right, man. So let's go ahead and get to our next section.
Only vodka. Ain't
So all right, so we got our this day in sports, man. So Russ, yep, baby, what you got for us, dude?
you already know. So on this day in sports, I got 1993. Bill Walton was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. You know how I do it. I always like to keep a little theme. Now, Bill Walton has a lot of accolades. We all know about the MVP season. I mean, the All Star. I mean, not All Star. I'm sorry. The Finals MVP season, the season that he won the championship. He's also got the accolades where he was a part of the 44 game win streak at UCLA. Possibly the top 5 center of all time if he's not hurt. The reason why I bring him up is to say on this day, I want to say he is possibly the third player that we have ever seen that was disrupted by injury. That probably could have been one of the greatest that we've ever seen. But on this day, he was inducted to Hall of Fame, rightfully so. I do want to say this, though, unbeknownst to people, his championship was not a championship that was won just because of UGA. It was won because, one, he went hard as hell. And number two, he did play against the Julius Erving-led 76ers, and they were down 0-2 in that series and came back to win it. He also had accolades like posting a game where he went 21 of 22 from the field, scoring 44 points. He was in his time he was compared to Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, which he swept. He swept Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in his championship run. Shout out to Mo Lucas. Shout out to Bill Walton. This day in sports, learn you something.
Bang. All right. So let's go over. We're going to touch real quick on the recap this past weekend for the MMA UFC 288. The bantamweight championship bout went down with Henry Cejudo and Aljamain Sterling. But before we get into that a little bit, we're just going to go ahead and talk about the main card. Jessica Andrade lost in a TKO KO bout to Jan. Excuse me, Jan Jihan. In the women's strawweight division, and in the co-main event, Bilal Muhammad was victorious over Gilbert Burns. Sorry, with a unanimous decision. Gilbert Burns just came off that victory over Jorge Masvidal, where he retired him in UFC 287. Now that was like the last fight. I guess he didn't sustain any damage. I didn't get a chance to really watch it. He didn't sustain any damage, so now he is, fighting at the next pay-per-view event, but unfortunately he lost to Bilal Muhammad, which pretty much sets him up for a championship fight in the future. Now onto the main card. Aljamain Sterling defeated Henry Cejudo in a split decision. I know a lot of people kind of are on not really okay with Aljamain Sterling. They people are very critical of him, how he won his bantamweight title, but I mean at this point he's defended it successfully, 2 or 3 times I want to say, and I mean you can't really take it away from him. You got to give him his
Right.
props. And I was out.
In the words of the great American poet Lil Boosie, he got undeniable talent.
Yeah, he got undeniable talent. Like, and it's not nothing that's gonna be very flashy about it, but he's going to go ahead and as the course the fight goes on, he's going to keep his level of energy and he's going to wear you down. Is how someone put it is like Chinese torture, just slow and steady, but it's effective. But that's
That's why nobody likes it.
yeah, but Henry Cejudo, is a legend. A legend in the sport. As far as I'm concerned, whenever he decides to hang it up, he's going to get into the Hall of Fame, the UFC Hall of Fame. But he came up short this go around. But the highlight of the night was Sugar Sean O'Malley. I'm sorry. Ended up getting into the octagon and confronting Aljamain, and they had some words. But in the midst of it, Sugar took his coat off and handed it off to one of the people he thought was a coat guy or employee of the UFC, but it was really Aljamain's teammate and corner guy at that fight, Marab. And Marab went ahead and put the jacket on, got on top of the cage, and was like, so he's a little crazy, little Georgian a guy. So, but
That'd be a good one though. Sugar Shane O'Malley versus.
yeah, well, no, him and Aljamain are actually next. That's going to be the next fight with for the bantamweight. So be on the lookout for that. It's definitely going to be a banger.
That's going to be a good one.
It's definitely going to be
This
a
is
banger.
coming from a person that doesn't know a whole lot about it. That is going to be a good fight, people.
It is. But hats off to Aljamain Sterling, man. You're victorious once again. Can't wait to see you defend it again, champ. So let's go ahead and move on to our next segment, which is the NFL. All right. So the NFL had just recently teased that their schedule is dropping tomorrow, but a couple of games have already leaked out. I think we have how many international games we have this year? I think 4 is in the AFC South alone.
I think October 6th, Buffalo playing in Europe.
They're playing Jacksonville. Jacksonville's going to be out there for 2 weeks. Yeah, they're going to be out there for 2 weeks.
Going to be a Europe team in like the next 7 years.
Yeah, I believe so. Well, I mean, their owner, he owns which team? Arsenal. He's not Arsenal. It's he owns a
Manchester United.
No, it's not. He's not a part of us.
Oh, he's not part of us. He's not part of us.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll let
got
you
an
know.
us on a
I
soccer
watch
squad.
I'm sports plug for a reason.
Yeah.
I plug into it. But I'm a real Manchester United fan. Like,
No, Russ is. I can't sit there and definitively say
heavy. I'm a red.
He's lying.
Red Devils all day.
Oh.
Man City, fuck you.
But
Buren, fuck you.
But yeah, Buffalo's going to play Jacksonville. Jacksonville's going to be out there twice. But like my thing is this is like, okay, so with the I think that Jacksonville, as many overseas games they're going to play, they're going to be probably the best equipped team to play over there because they should be used to the travel, the time change, and things like that. Because I think they play every year.
I got one.
What's that?
The Black Friday game. 2 teams are going to finish ahead of the Buffalo Bills in the AFC East. Waiting for Chris. There you go.
Oh, I'm listening. I'm getting something for the next question.
I felt like the Joker with a little buzzer. Zap, wait for it to hit his nerve. What did he say? Yeah, but no, the Black Friday game is going to be dope. The Christmas Day game with the Eagles versus Giants, that's going to be dope. I'm glad that I like rivalry game. As y'all know, I'm more of a college football fan than I am of pro football. I love them both. but I love college football like nothing else, and so I love a good rivalry when both teams are pretty good. For those that don't know, I'm an Oklahoma fan, so Texas, Oklahoma, we pretty much go back and forth every year. That's a lie, but I don't want to argue with people right now because they only get one every 3 years. But we're not going to talk about that right now. Sorry, Boogie. But yeah, that's a good one. Let me see. What else? I think there's a. Oh, I'm sorry. The New Year's Eve game, the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Kansas City Chiefs. That's probably gonna be wanging.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
So that's
there's
the
some more.
Bengals. That's the Bengals at Chiefs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So here's my question for you guys. And
Yeah.
one is already eliminated, knowing that the Bengals are playing at the Chiefs on Christmas Eve or whatever it is. Who would you have as the Thursday night game playing in Kansas City against the Chiefs? And here's their home opponents this season, excluding the Bengals: Bills, Bears, Broncos, Lions, Chargers, Raiders, Dolphins, Eagles.
It's the Eagles no matter what. But
Yeah.
is this like the jump off game?
This is week
First
one.
game. Week one.
Yeah.
Super Bowl matchup.
Gotta
Super
play
Bowl
the Eagles.
matchup. Yeah,
Gotta
Super Bowl
play the
matchup.
Eagles.
Easy.
Gotta play.
Easy.
I think it'd be crazy if you had a Super Bowl rematch for the
You got to, though.
Thursday night opener.
You got to.
I think how it ended.
I think it's the Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
No, it's not. No.
Tyreek.
Here's why though, Chris. No. Boogie, he makes a good point.
Yeah, we're
Because
talking
I'll
about
say
Tyreek.
that's a good point because of Tyreek and everything that involves that.
And the
Two
Dolphins
teams,
are the
you wanna see
darling
it.
pick this season for a lot of people.
They're just me. There's me. The Jets are the darling pick. But
they
here's why it
play
has
in they play in New York City when they play the Jets.
Yeah, it's not going to be at
I-
Arrowhead.
I'm just
Oh, no.
saying that the darling pick is the Jets. But the Dolphins is that's a nice matchup. But if you can, and they probably will, if you can get the Eagles in there, you have to. Because we always see these types of even in every sport, the championship game rematch. And it's always like mid-season or something. You know what I'm saying? Or later in the season. It's like at this point the luster is worn off. You know what I'm saying? The shine is worn off of the matchup that they previously played, which would cause them to have any sort of rivalry. With rivalry pumps viewership pumps revenue, and so they want to see that. So you do it on the jump off because it's first. It's the very first game. It's the last two teams that we saw. The last two teams that we saw look like the best two teams in the NFL because they're in the Super Bowl. It's a perfect jump off because then the next couple days when the Sunday comes, then you get to see everybody else and be like, holy shit, we saw the two best teams play. But damn, we just saw the Cowboys play, the Bills play, the 49ers play. They look like they could win it all. You know what I'm saying? It's like the perfect setup to create stories and narratives throughout the rest of it. They have, there's no,
So
and the Kelsey brothers. Like
the only three teams that I think are even in contention are the Bills, Dolphins, and Eagles. It'll be one of those three teams.
No Bengals? Don't put the Bengals in the mix?
The Bengals is already set for Christmas.
Yeah, that's New Year's Eve. That's New Year's Eve.
Or New Year's Eve, whatever. That one's already set.
He's right.
So out of the rest of the teams on that schedule, those are the only those are the three. And I don't think it's going to be the Bills though, because they were on the Thursday night game last year, and their national ratings are huge. But I don't see them doing a Super Bowl rematch. I think it ends up being the Dolphins. That's my pick.
It can't be the Dolphins. I mean, I think that's a good thought. But I mean, if you are the NFL and you're sitting in a room and you're sitting here like we're making the schedule and we have a choice to play Kansas City versus the Dolphins, the Dolphins, the Bengals, not the Bengals.
Bills,
the Bills, and the Eagles. You're not going to pick the Dolphins. I mean, it's a good game, but you're not going to pick the Dolphins because you can look at it and say, I got the Eagles rematch, or I got the quarterback.
I think you're going to see 5 or 6 Dolphin primetime games this season. They think the Dolphins are taking the next step, and when you toss in the Jets and the Bills, it's a good way to start having those division games on prime time to get all of those guys their games.
Chris, can I tell you something? to the AFC East, welcome to primetime football. As an NFC East person we have a Christmas Day game, we have Thanksgiving Day games. And I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about the Eagles get them, the Giants get them, Washington gets them.
Oh, dude, I'm so sick of like Giants, Commanders, primetime games.
No, but I'm
like,
saying,
talk about boring football.
Because you have Aaron Rodgers, y'all's division, welcome to it. You're going to be on TV a lot more. So I think that with that being said, the first game is not going to be the important game that the NFL thinks that, we need to get the Dolphins on TV. The Dolphins going to be running, y'all going to be running a Thursday night game. They need to get hyped. The first game of the season is going to be
if the Jets had played in Kansas City this season, it would have been the Jets, hands down.
We talking about Rodgers? I mean, yeah, I can see it.
I don't know if the NFL would want to, if they have an actual choice, which it is. I don't think
if they could have had Jets, Chiefs, Rodgers, Mahomes for the Thursday night game. Absolutely.
Jump off game. No. You want the first game. You want the first game of a season to make everybody want to watch every other game of the season. And the best way to do that is to jump out there with two teams that know each other like the back of their hand. These two teams know each other through and through. Of course, there's free agents and there's different things that have happened, draft picks, but I'm just saying these two teams, the Eagles and the Chiefs, they know each other. You put them on TV, everybody's going to watch. Now, if one team gets blown out, everybody's going to look at it like, well, shit, hey, well, so either revenge or shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Chiefs got them.
I can see what
I think
though.
I do.
Yeah. Like,
I just don't think as a go ahead.
Like I can see where Chris is coming from, and I'm gonna say this before we go to our next segment. But this is how I feel like with when it comes to this. Like, I think that the Chiefs and the Dolphins is a great matchup because of the storylines that they got built in. But I don't think that is week one. I think that's more like a mid-season, kind of like a week 6. Matchup and shit kind of get a little dry before the playoffs. Race starts taking shape. I think that will be a more of a middle of the kind of mid early season spot on the schedule. But you got to lead it with the Super Bowl match.
It's like a really good week 5 game.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like week 5, week 6.
No, it is though. I mean, it's a good game, so it's not like Chris. That's a bad game. It's not. It's just like to jump off the season. It's like
because I'm gonna be honest. Like the week 1, like Tyreek versus which one? Like I'd much rather watch that after like the initial excitement of football being back kind of starts waning down. And you get me back up with this matchup, and then kind of re-energizes you for
and at that point for a fact, like at that point like, okay, the Dolphins are for real.
Yes.
Okay, the Chiefs are back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At that point,
well, like
at the jump off.
Yes.
Yes. At the jump off, you could run into a Chiefs blowout or a Dolphins blowout, and it just not be an entertaining game. If the Eagles and the Chiefs play, we know for a fact, like it could anybody could blow out anybody, but we know that game's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, and then you got week 1, the week 1, you got to get the kinks out and shit like that. And I think they said, what type of team that you have after like week 4, week 5, whenever they get into their form.
It's the perfect starter.
Yeah, and
like, you're starting the game with two teams that are really good that know each other.
Yeah, so
it's good for the product.
Yeah. So I gotta agree with Russ on this one. But all right, so we're gonna go over to our sports betting segment, and we're gonna defer this over to Chris. Chris, what you got for me, brother?
All right, let me bring our screen share up here. Get our little logo on screen. Oh. All right, there we go. All right, gentlemen. So this is going to be a new regular segment. Hopefully, you guys are going to do it smoother than I am, but we're going to call it sushi. It's up to you guys. We're starting a hashtag here with this. Is it Sushi Picks or Sushi Bets?
I like Sushi Bets. That's what I thought you were going with it.
Y'all give me some time. I didn't know we had to name it. I'm sorry, audience. I did not know we had to name it. I will be able to name this in the next 15 minutes.
All right. So by the end of the segment here, Russ, you got to let us know what we're going with on the sushi hashtag. But
sushi spreads.
Our sponsor here at Betstamps, what you're looking
Sushi
at on the
spreads.
screen share is the dashboard that you get. Obviously, you got all the different leagues and the teams up top there. Along the side here, you've got all the different ways that you can find analysis. You can follow different bettors, so you can follow us Sushi Guys on our accounts and see what we're betting or who our picks are. A lot like, I don't know if you guys trade stocks at all or anything, but you can do what's called paper money. So you can do bets that aren't actual money bets and track how you're doing and what your scores are. But the big bells and whistles feature that I love about Betstamp is the odds comparison. So coming out the gate, I think there's a big chance Boston wins tomorrow night. I don't know who you guys are picking here. I can pull up a spread after I give you my pick for tomorrow night, and we're giving it tomorrow night. So anyone that listens to the audio version, all of that, they got a chance to know who our pick is and play with us if they want. But my pick is Boston. Philly's up 3-1. I really think that series is going to get stretched out at least one more game. So coming into this, I know that I already like Boston to win against Philly tomorrow night. So I come in here, and it's got every single sports book out there. You've got the spread, and you've got what the picks are. So we're just going to go with the spread here. Yeah. So we've got just the spread. Now I'm looking for who's got the best spread, with Boston being the pick I'm looking for here. Everyone's at about 2.5. I did this earlier. Here you go. You got 1.5 at Proline. So looking down the board, everybody's at 2.5. You're getting a whole extra point if you go with Proline. So I would suggest, if I was going to take Boston, that I put my money with Proline. So we go here, we make our pick, and we're just going to track it. And so I've got Boston at 1.5 tomorrow night. Do you guys have any points or a game you want me to look up?
Look up the Lakers and the Warriors. I think that's going to be going on tonight.
That's tonight.
Shit, that is tonight. Damn it.
It's probably already going on.
That's cool though.
I just want to know.
Ooh, I take that. I take that.
So-
I take that. I take that. I take that. I take that. I
You
take
got
that.
8.5.
LA minus 8.5 because they gonna win. They gonna win
As
by
low
at
as
least 5.
7.5.
There's another 8, 7.5.
I'm just gonna say clip that for later, so whenever it happens, y'all can go back and know that
Yeah,
at this
so
point,
7.5 looks like the lowest, but obviously if you're picking the Lakers, you want the highest one here. So 8.5 looks like the highest number.
I don't need to boast and brag. Y'all can rewind it when it happens and come back to me.
All right, so we're gonna take the 8.5 here, and we're gonna track that one as Boogie's sushi pick of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Russ, do you
Sushi selection.
I like spread, bro.
No. I'm saying that was Boogie's sushi selection.
Oh yes,
These are the sushi spreads.
sushi selection's a pretty long hashtag though.
Yeah, spreads are good. Spreads are good.
No. The name of the thing is sushi spreads. But
Right.
what Boogie just did was the Boogie sushi selection. It's like the Inception. It's a
All right,
it's a
Russ,
thing within a
we're
thing.
putting you on the Denver Phoenix game for tomorrow night. Who do you like there? I'm gonna let you know where the best spread is.
C3.
I think you go. You
Ooh, plus 2.5.
Denver.
Is that Denver plus 2.5?
Yeah, it's Denver plus 2.5.
Oh, I'm locking in. Power play, pro line.
Wait, well, wouldn't you want more points if you're taking Denver? You'd want
The 3.5.
the 3.5. Might even be a 4 floating around. Who do you like tomorrow? Just off the top of your head to win the game.
No. Denver's gonna win. Denver's gonna win by like 10 plus.
All right, so you want the 3.5 then. So we're
Not
gonna
10. Like maybe they're gonna win by like 10 plus.
All right. So we're locking you in with the best spread here on Betstamp, and that's 3.5, which a lot of the books have all the way down to 2.5. So those are our picks for this week's segment of Sushi what?
Sushi spreads.
I mean sushi spreads.
Sushi spreads is what we're calling this?
Sushi spreads. And these are the Boogie, Russ, or Chris, or Sterling when it comes selections inside of the sushi spreads.
And if you want to start point shopping yourself, sign up with betstamp.app/sushi, or just use promo code sushi, and they'll hook you up with. Oh, you can sign up with all the different sports books right in their app, and start shopping your way to the best point spread for your bets.
All right, so let's go ahead and get on over to our next segment we got, and what is that? It's our either or. Chris, you only got to do this.
Hold up.
Chris,
I got buttons to push here. I'm not ready for either or.
All right.
Here we go.
All right, you ready? Yeah.
Oh,
do it, dance, Chris, dance, yes. Oh man, I love to see it.
Yeah.
Y'all want to do it one more time? Yeah.
Let's go. You lead it off, Russ.
Which way are we starting first? I need choreography here.
This way.
All right. Well,
camera left or person or actor left.
All right, everybody. It's your person. We can't do camera, so it's your person. So we're gonna go left.
Our left or your left?
Left. Your left. Everybody's
okay,
left.
Okay.
Left. Right. Left.
Right.
Yeah. All right, we good. Okay. For everybody at home, there you go. That's how you do the either or, aka the AB dance. Gotta give him credit, because otherwise he might come for it.
Yeah.
He might.
He come on show.
You can, AB. You're tripping, but you can. Ain't nothing we can do if you do start tripping, but
yeah. We can't
no
do
rapping. Anyways, man, for today's either or, we got an either or. It's gonna fall in line because I did bring up Bill Walton. You know, that's one player that we know that lost a lot of time, and one of the players that we look at to say, what if this either or is going to encapsulate two other players that are about that what if life, either or Penny Hardaway or Grant Hill. I'm gonna let y'all ponder, or do y'all want the stats? I'm sorry. I have to do this before we start. And viewers at home, hit the notification. You know what I'm saying? Hit that, the like, subscribe, type in the comments, get that algorithm popping. So I want to say this again. If this is your first time, if this is your last time, if you're in the middle, if you're gonna do this again, you already know the rules. You're gonna pick a guy. There is no second, there is no third, there is no fourth, there is no team, there is no coach, there is no owner, there is no nothing. This is the first guy you pick. The other people that are on your team are shadow warriors. You do not know who they are, and the team and the guy that you do not pick is the guy that you have to play in the championship.
Okay.
That's what I got. And I got stats. If y'all want to go stats first, I always let y'all pick every week too. If y'all want to pick or if y'all want to go stats first.
Boogie, you want to go first? Or you want me to jump on this grenade?
You can go ahead. Go first, Chris.
Okay.
All right. It's a tough one.
I'm gonna tell you what I see in this comparison. I see on one hand what is probably top 5 favorite athletes of all time for me, and on the other hand, I see a guy that cashed more checks with ski mask than fucking Bugsy Siegel and every bank robber in history. So much so I couldn't even find a picture of this guy in a uniform because he was always sitting in a suit stealing money. So I'm going Penny Hardaway all day, twice on a game day, fucking 5 times on a playoff game day.
All right. I'm gonna go here. Penny has always been one of my favorite players to watch growing up. But one thing I remember about Grant Hill is that Grant Hill drinks Sprite. All right.
Yeah.
It makes your bones brittle.
and Grant Hill.
Oh damn, that's fucked up.
Like with Grant Hill, he was the only guy in Detroit, I think, when he was up there. I don't think he was the man there. I don't think he really had any help.
In the words of the great American poet Jeezy, he was the man in these streets.
Yeah, and everybody knows when Penny was in Orlando, he had Shaq and all the other shit. So for this one, I'm gonna go with Grant Hill just for some parody. I'm gonna say Grant Hill on this one.
Grant Hill
all right. Chips. You know what? So people don't think I'm just over here like, oh well, you got to do it afterwards. Everything else. I'm going to say my pick is going to be Grant Hill as well, for some of the reasons that Boogie
he's not going to
stated.
be there for you. Great.
Grant Hill
you built your whole
Grant
team
Hill
around him. And guess who's
cool.
not going to show up?
Chris. Grant Hill may feel as cool.
He did.
Grant Hill made IR cool.
Grant, you know what else he did? He played 18 seasons while Penny Hardaway played 14. He
It's
never
easy
had
to
a
play
Shaq on
18
his team.
seasons when you're not actually playing during those seasons.
But
You know
Grant
what?
Hill
It is, but it's also takes a skill to be able to
I
keep
would
getting signed because you are the Ross.
You know what? The only thing that could give this to us real quick is probably Chat GPT. But I would love to know Grant Hill's career games versus games actually played ratio.
We're not here to talk about the negative, Chris.
Hey, what's
We're
the most
here to
important?
talk about the
Hey,
skill set.
What's the
and the
most important
player.
skill?
availability.
Availability.
In this exercise, injuries do not matter.
No
Now, I've
athlete
made
in
that
the
a point.
history of sports has cashed more checks on the DL list than Grant freaking Hill.
but
He is
that's
the
not- but
poster
that's not-
child for stealing money.
Chris, that is not a criteria to the either or, because the either or just takes into
I'm not
account
building my team around a
talent.
crook.
But the either or says he's not going to get hurt. That's what the either or is for.
Yeah,
He's not going to get hurt, Chris. I'm sorry.
This is the what if.
That's one stretch too far in your utopia land that Grant Hill's not getting hurt.
Oh, come on. I just gave Bill Walton praise. Bill Walton was hurt all the time, too. The best player.
Bill Walton's the statue of David compared to freaking Grant Hill.
All right, Derrick Rose is the best player to ever get hurt, but we don't give him this much slack. Like the either or. People out there voting.
Gonna start giving Derrick Rose slack. There's
for those out there listening, Chris is out here making points that have to do with if they played in real life and they had to freaking deal with the injuries that they had. We watched.
I'm not building my team around a China doll. It's not happening.
He's not a China doll in the either or. The either or injuries do not matter.
It's a clean slate. There's
I
no
call him a cookie, but he already crumbled.
In the either or, he's a perfectly formed cookie. No, he's a fudge brownie.
Yeah, flexible.
Great with that little crispy top. That you break apart. So for those out there voting, just know Chris gonna do what he do, but injuries do not apply in the either or. Okay, so let's go over the stats. NBA championships, 0 for both of them. NBA seasons, Penny Hardaway had 14, Grant Hill had 18. 18 being injured all that time, Chris. I know what you're gonna say. He's a crook, he's a thief, but damn it, he made the money. You know what I'm saying? Scammers get praised all the time. All-Star games. We have Penny Hardaway had 4, Grant Hill had 7. NBA all NBA first team. Penny Hardaway had 2, Grant Hill had 1. All NBA teams. Grant Hill had. Hey, but you know what, Shotgun? When he played, it was nice. It was nice. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta stop. You see what they do? You see what they do? The moment you put in something that's not a qualifier, it's like, hey, look, injuries are not a qualifier. Shotgun popping in, busting. That motherfucker ain't played since Duke. I ain't seen him make a player since he threw that bitch to Christian Laettner. Now I'm making jokes. All right, now let me.
Grant Hill is Mr. Glass's origin story.
No, that would be Anthony Davis.
I'm about to say that. That's Mr. Glass. Bro.
That's Anthony Davis because Mr. Glass actually made it to the top.
He said, "I don't trust nobody that hurt themselves on a treadmill."
Man, hey, yo,
shout out to Shotgun. Shout out to Shotgun.
Shout out. You control the speed on the treadmill for real. We're not talking about injuries. We're talking about game, and he was Baby Jordan before anybody else. All NBA teams, we had Penny Hardaway with 3, Grant Hill with 5. Rookie of the Year, Grant Hill had 1, Penny Hardaway had none. Points per game on their best season. Let me make sure I got this. Yeah. All right, points per game. Get up. 15 for Penny Hardaway, 17 for Grant Hill. Rebounds per game, 5 for Penny Hardaway, round up. 5 for Penny Hardaway, 6 for Grant Hill. Assists per game, 5 for Penny Hardaway, 4 for Grant Hill. Steals per game. They both had 1 or 2, give or take, and blocks, basically a block a game. If there's any other totals y'all want, you can go. But now's the time. You guys go. Oh, best season. My bad. Here it is. Best season. No game minimum. This is just their best season overall. Shotgun, I don't want to hear that shit. I know you're gonna say, "What do you play? 5 games?" You too, Chris. But Penny Hardaway 21.7, Grant Hill 25.8. Rebounds per game. Penny Hardaway 5.8. Grant Hill had 10, so we can say 6 to 10.
I heard that Grant Hill was also supposed to be in Blue Chips, but he tripped over a cable on the way to set.
And you know what he did? He counted his money while he just sprang.
He still got paid.
And he owns the Hawks. Stop playing with my boy.
He on the Hawks. He part owner of the Hawks. I ain't know that.
He got some piece of it.
Dude,
Yeah.
so much money on the DL. He bought ownership in a team.
That's how you do it, baby.
Unfucking believable.
Winner.
Yeah.
It's
People do
ironic
that.
because at least it came
Chicken
full
dinner.
circle, and now he's paying money back to
I mean,
the
I'm just
players.
saying. Everybody else can say you got hurt. He can look at them saying you got tired. I got money.
Hey man, look. Pay like you weigh, baby. Pay like you weigh.
Hey.
So, all right. So let's go ahead.
And my wife's a singer.
So,
You know what comes with that.
Yeah.
You know what comes with that. And my daddy played with the Dallas Cowboys. Stop playing with me.
Shout out to.
And I drink Sprite. Tell him again, and I drink Sprite.
Grant Hill drinks Sprite. Grant Hill drinks Sprite. All right, so let's go ahead and keep that energy.
You wouldn't even have lean. You wouldn't have lean without Sprite.
That's true.
I mean, without
you
Grant
can
Hill.
have dirty Sprite.
Niggas wasn't drinking Sprite before Grant Hill.
Grant Hill responsible
Wouldn't have
for Future's
you
career?
would-
Maybe.
You wouldn't even have Future if you didn't have Grant Hill because they wouldn't have put it in Sprite. They wouldn't know what to put it in. It would have been just dirty cough syrup.
Exactly, and that taste is horrible. Okay, so let's go ahead and get over to the NBA. Playoffs is underway. I mean,
Yes, sir.
You know what's going on. A couple of teams.
Oh yeah. Tell me what you know about me. I play for Miami, and my name is Jimmy. My man is a. You want to know about some G shit?
Tell them about some G shit.
You want to know about some G shit? Let me tell you about some G shit. Hey, Jimmey. I don't even know how you spell it. God damn it. He's Michael Jordan's son. Air 2 J's.
Yeah.
That's what I call him. Jimmy Snow.
Jimmy Snow.
People like Jimmy Snow.
I like
People
Jimmy
like Jimmy
Snow.
Snow. The prince that was promised.
That was
Stop fucking with us, man. You know what I'm saying? When I say that little nigga might be mine. Hey, Michael! We need DNA test.
Come get your boy.
Come get your boy.
All right. All right. A couple teams are facing elimination. Some teams still hanging in there, man. So let's go ahead. The Lakers and the Golden State Warriors are set to face off in about 12 minutes. I want to say.
Yeah. After we get done, they on.
Yeah. So Lakers are up 3-1. And I mean, Lakers win this one. Golden State's done. Golden State's at home. I'm gonna be real with you, Russ. I don't expect Golden State to lose tonight. But how fun would it be to see a 3-1 swing in Golden State's favor, like kind of like how LeBron did them in the finals. So no, go ahead.
That would be. Excuse me. I thought about it two ways because I was like, because when you watch these two guys play, if you're not like heavily invested in standardism and you're just like two great players, you're like, part of you is like, man, I want to see Steph Curry come back from 3-1 and beat Bron because that's the ultimate poetic justice. But at the same time, watching LeBron James and watching the conversation around him and being a person that is a part of that generation that got that, you know what I'm saying, saw him come up as I call it, we're the luckiest generation of all. We got to see Jordan at his best. We got to see LeBron, Kobe come up along with others that, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to name right now. And we got to see some of the best of the new generation that are ruling the game now. So with that being said, like I think that the Golden State Warriors are going to win the game, but I would not be surprised if I saw the Lakers take this game, because one thing that I am noticing about LeBron James and the longevity and watching him throughout this time is that he's a player that takes care of business when the chips are like kind of, I would say, in his favor. I know that they're not the top ranked and he's always a lower ranked, but right now everybody that's watching is like, he's got the bigger team. The team looks like it can succeed as long as Anthony Davis puts forth a playoff effort. As long as he does that, so I mean, I think that the Warriors will play very, very hard and fight hard. But something about LeBron James, man, is just like, this is another notch on his belt. That's gonna be, what else do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? And that's when we're gonna say, can you get 5? But I think that beating the Warriors is just something that is going to be a part of his legend that's going to say, like, y'all needed KD. Like, like y'all needed KD, and I'm gonna make sure for the rest of the time in the history of NBA annals, when people discuss things, they're going to say, "Yes, you got me, but you got me with injuries, and you got me with KD." And I think that means something. You know what I'm saying, to the player playing LeBron James. So I think that he's gonna handle business. I think they're gonna win tonight. I would not. No, I think. I'm sorry. I think they can win tonight. And I think they're gonna try their hardest to win tonight. Now it's Steph though, bro. Like
Yeah.
I,
And then
it's
you got to
Steph.
take into account Clay, because you never know, which, what he might show up and do, because Clay could still, coast and give your ass 30.
No, that's true. That's true. I think that Jordan Poole matters. I think that that's one reason why I lean heavily on the Lakers side of things, because like they don't have the hired gun, if you will, that can come off the bench and give them some points, give them some give them some extra points. I think that that's hurting them immensely. And I think that just like we're watching a series playoff where two contrasting sides of basketball thought are going against each other, and that's I can go out here and get these threes up and play with a smaller lineup, or I can go out here and I play with my two big men and we can get this shit done. And so I really think that we're watching LeBron James and Anthony Davis prove a point that the goal is always 10 feet tall. And there's only one Steph Curry. There's only one Steph Curry. And as good as he is, there's only one of him. And these two guys are going to punish. And I think that the Warriors are going to fight. They should win. Let me rephrase that. Not I think they will win. They should win. But I do not think they will win, because I think LeBron James and the Lakers and Anthony Davis see the importance of this.
Right.
And I think they're going to go for the gusto. But it's Steph Curry and Clay.
You got something you want to add, Chris?
No. I mean, when it's 3-1 and there's legends on the one side, I always give them at least one pride win. That's kind of my thinking for Boston too on the 3-1 tomorrow night. Is you might not come all the way back, but usually you get that game 5 to at least give yourself a hope and fight
Did we
another
get to
day before you
Boston?
go.
Yeah, no.
I
No,
mean,
I'm
we
talking about from our sushi picks.
No, but we're gonna
Oh,
go to
okay.
Boston. The next subject. That was a good segue, Chris.
Yeah,
but
because I wanted
yeah,
to, because I talk shit about Jimmy. I
yeah.
know Sterling do too. He's not here, but I got to give him some love. So whenever y'all ready,
Go ahead, brother.
man, Jimmy Cooks, dog, and that's James. That's James. That's not Jordan's son. That's not Air 2J's. That's Jimmy Cooks. That's what we're gonna call him, because he exercised some demons. Now they got some more games to win, but he's done. James Harden has done what all of us as basketball fans. Let me just say this: as a basketball fan, bro, like we're not on the side of hating you. We talk shit, but we're not on the side of hating you. We get mad at you because you're cold as fuck, and we just want to see the best, because hell, all we can do is be entertained as fans, bro. So like we get mad because like you're supposed to hit that shot, James, so that we can fucking watch the game go on longer, so we can watch it. We're fans. So to watch him take the shot, make it, and then get it back, have some misses. If you've seen the video I posted, it took you 4 fucking seconds. You went back, and then the basketball gods gave him a second chance. He got the kick out, and he hit that game. So I want to give a shout out though to James Harden, because I think a lot of people see it as hate, but for me and a lot of other basketball fans, it's not hate, bro. It's like it's a sadness that comes from wanting to see someone that you love to watch play basketball go to that next level. And when it doesn't happen, you're just like, man, fuck. Because it's like it doesn't happen not because he's not good enough. Like we always used to say, take the shot, bro. And it's not take the shot on some dumb shit. Just take it. It's because you're gonna make it. And watching what he did lets us know, like, it comes to fruition. Like, you're gonna make it. He took the shot. He wasn't scared. He made it. And so big shout out to Jimmy Cooks.
What about the
James
shot
Harden.
coming the other way as time expired that didn't count, that would have won the game?
From Smart.
I don't know who took the shot, but Boston took a three, and they had to go
Oh,
back and review it, and it didn't get out
that
of his
was the game
hand.
before. You're talking about game four. Yeah, that was the game before because last night's game they just won. Um, now I think that in that situation, I think that Jason Tatum is a little fundamental, as I call him, because to me he is like the guard forward version of Tim Duncan because he does everything that's fundamental to the game. And by the way, step backs are fundamental to the game.
No,
Um,
that was last night's game, game 4.
I was referring to when Jimmy came through. So
Oh,
last night's game, Boston does this. They drop games they're not supposed to, and they put themselves in situations that they should not be in, according to our expectations.
so you're with me that they're winning tomorrow night.
Yes. I have Boston going to the finals against the Nuggets. Y'all have heard me say this before.
Yes.
And honestly, as the playoffs have gone on, I wish I could change that because I would much rather see Denver versus Philly. But Boston does this. It's just a part of their makeup. You can go to every series that they played in this little run they've had with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and say they drop games. So I think they're going to win, and I think they're going to win back-to-back games.
Do you think they're going to win the series still?
Game 7 is where?
Game 7 is
Boston,
This is
right?
Boston and Philly.
And they're down 3-1?
3-2 Boston and Philly.
No, 3-1.
3-2. 3-1. I thought it was 3-1. 3-1 or 3-2?
3-2. Philly leads
3-2. 3-2.
Game 6 is tomorrow, and Game 7, if necessary, will be on Sunday.
And Game 6 is going to be in Philly, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Philly.
Boston's going to win in Game 7.
Yeah, Boston could tie it up here and push it to Game 7, and I think, and they'll be at home.
Let me say this. It's what cost them championships, but it's what they do. So I'm not going to sit here and say like it's the right or wrong thing to do. I think it's the wrong thing to do, but I'm just realizing a team's chemical makeup. And theirs is they will go to Game 7s, but they will win Game 7.
Okay, so you got the C's winning in 7.
Yeah.
I picked Boston. I picked Boston for the finals, so I got to ride with my pick. So I got them going. Out of the West, I don't remember who I picked out the West to go, but I think my East pick still remains the same. I got Boston representing the East in the finals. But I wouldn't be mad to see Embiid and Embiid 76ers and Denver.
Part of me hopes I'm wrong because I would love to see. They probably go about 6 or 7 games of Embiid versus Joker, and that's like the perfect yin and yang game too.
Yeah,
like I got both of them have the ultimate. I was like, of course, I was watching a lot of Bill Walton, but I was like, if you watch Bill Walton, like Joker's a lot like Bill Walton. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's when you talk about old centers and what is he compared to and why is he going so hard? That's the kind of dominant, not the most athletic, but he gets it done in so many ways. And you got Embiid, who's the perfect center. You know, like if you talk about building a center in today's game, Embiid is it. I can shoot threes, I can dribble, I got post moves. I'm the complete. I play fucking hella defense. You know what I'm saying? Like. I have a motor that I literally have a motor that's to my detriment because I work so hard when I play that I run out of energy. You know what I'm saying? So I'd love to see it, but I really think it's gonna be Boston versus Denver because Jokic is he's the best player in the NBA right now.
All right, so before we close out,
as far as the playoffs go.
All right, so before we close out, let's go ahead and in closing. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsors, Betstamps. And I have this essay to read that Chris so eloquently typed up. You can find the Betstamps app on the Apple iOS Store, Google Play Store, or through your browser at www.betstamp.app. To access these benefits, sign up using promo code SUSHI, that's us, and start your journey to be successful sports betting today. If you forget to use your code upon sign up, you can always enter our code in your Betstamps app account settings afterwards. So please check it out, man. So thank you again, Betstamp, for your sponsorship and your belief in us, and most importantly, your money. We appreciate it. But Betstamp also allows you to easily line up for the most profitable odds across all sports books, as you just seen and as Chris displayed for y'all early in the show. If you're just now tuning in or not, rewind back and you can see it. You can click on any matchup and instantly see all the different odds and game lines, player props, and even future bets. Line shopping is the simplest way to find the edge. Excuse me. I got to get over this what's called to find the edge of sports betting and maximize your chances to winning long term. On average, Betstamp users win an extra $1,000 over $1,000 a year. So if you haven't already done so by now, go now, install Betstamp using promo code sushi, that's us, and start your line shopping today. Don't forget to if you haven't, go to our social medias. It's Sports Sushi, all one word, on Twitter, or sports_sushi at Instagram. Russell has us on TikTok. But if you want to follow us individually, the thing should be down at the bottom, but it's DJ Slow Boogie, all one word, all forms of social media. That, as you can see, is with the IE, not a Y. Sterling could not be here with us, but his is Sterling Furlow on which probably I can't remember his Twitter's what, Big Huncho Sterl or some shit like that.
No, that's his TikTok is
TikTok
Sterlo Huncho. Is Sterlo Huncho?
Yes, and Buffalo Rumblings. You want to follow his contributions there as
We
well.
miss you, bro.
He'll be back next week, man. Hopefully.
I've got a question I've been holding in the whole show.
What's that?
Okay. All right. You just kind of answered it leaning back there. I kept seeing the tip, and I'm like, is that a fucking Dallas Cowboys hoodie you're wearing? All right.
The Saints.
It's just,
I knew it wasn't. Come on.
I just saw that little tip and thought it was the star.
No. That's the LaFleur.
I was hoping nobody would ask, so everybody would wonder, because I'm like, yeah, it looks like it, but I know it's not.
All right, man. So, if you want to listen to the show at your own leisure, we're on YouTube. We are we're always on YouTube. All your podcast directories, Apple, Spotify. We're on Rumble and Odyssey as well. So please check those for all our shows, past and present and future. So where can they find you guys at? Russ and Sterl, Russ and Chris. I was about to say Sterl. We miss you, Sterl. No.
You on first?
Oh, I already went. I don't want them finding me.
Yeah, Chris doesn't
don't come looking for me.
Yeah, Chris doesn't want any interaction social media wise.
The only list I'm on are the government.
You can buy me. You can buy me. We love you, Chris. We love you more than you will ever know. More than you will ever know.
All right.
You can find me on social media. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me at RLClimbSP. You know what I'm saying? Or you can just search in Big 30. If you put in Big 30, you're gonna find your boy. You can find me on IG. That's Big 30 The Truth. That's BIG30. Don't forget the 30 after the big. You know what I'm saying?
All right, y'all.
I'm just fucking with y'all. Y'all can find me at Big 30 The Truth on IG. You can find me at RLClimbSP on Twitter. And I'm fucking around on IG as Big 30 The Truth as well. That's THA, kind of like my boy Zero.
Know what I'm saying? King of the ghetto, baby. Assholes by nature. Either way, it works.